It's a pretty good success, but ENCE making a name for themselves on Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, this is the big kind of talking point, right? ENCE have looked very good in this map for a while. You know, they've actually been able to, take some pretty decent scalps, all things considered. We saw kind of literally earlier today, played against Met Support, 13-5, pretty comfortable by most metrics. But even recently, there's been some okay victories under their belt. The only real one that works against ENCE is that Vitality matchup at the Major, the RMR, may I say. Bar that, it's been okay. We'll see what they are to look like. Head on the way, of course, Heroic starting on that much preferred CT side with this map, which is now the most CT side map in the pool, taking that crown away from Overpass.
Ooh, NertZ maybe had an opportunity to isolate and find Hades, but he misses it. And he's punished with death. Goofy will fall for that CT side, however. Looking good here for Heroic. They've traded a couple back. As ENCE can't really make it down the ramp just yet. Tessus comes back in for a bit more, and the fadeaway headshot is absolutely ridiculous. Hades all alone. They've located him now. Nikador's taking a lot of damage, but surely, no chance. Nikador, he's trying to get out of there, but Hades too quick for him. 2 more to find. Would be absolutely massive if Hades could secure this. He's got to get that bomb back. He's making so much noise. Surely they're able to deal with him, but this is the pistol. It can spin instantly. Creeping round. sjuush, first one. Whoa, and he got his crosshair across. Couldn't find the head of Tessus, though.
Close. Not bad. Not bad at all, but still be Heroic starting things well. After taking their map pick, finest of margins, 13-11. Good to see them out the gate nice and early here. We are. ENCE going to go into a force, though, and without a bomb plant. Normally, you wouldn't say this. Normally, you wouldn't go for this sort of play, but I don't hate it, in all fairness. Especially if Glaive can get active. Somebody who's had a couple of moments. Lines like this. Tessus around the corner. MP9 drive-by. Catches Glaive on AK. Has had little to no work.
Quiet start since that frag. Tessus in the same sort of spot. We'll be ready for him. Flash comes in. Away from that. Calling on the support. Ooh, doesn't peek it instantly, but yeah, it's all about that support right now, and here it is. He's not even going to go down, man. Really well held. Heroic kicking things off fantastically here on Nuke. Ooh, creeping in, but goes straight past it.
Right idea, though. Right idea, but yeah, unfortunately, not the right execution. That is going to be that second on the board. And I think it really doesn't help when, you want Hero AK coming in towards that round, dies literally immediately. Yes, it can kind of be shipped across and bit by bit past the parcel, so to say. All things now, a 2-0 start, and Heroic looking very good. Ends down to a little bit less a buy, and not really going to expect all too much from them. So a solid start from Heroic. Really good work towards our side. NertZ was tempted to play inside of that smoke. Just get caught crossing with a silo player. Doubles back in towards main to support that of Kixan.
Kylar. Creeping around the corner here. Ooh, and NertZ is going to turn away, so it could get a bit freaky. However, can't make it past Nikador. So first kill coming in. I'm going to drop down, try to isolate NertZ. Not going to happen. Looking good here. MP7 Menace, of course. Ooh, Hades. Eagle around the corner for 2, though. So that's certainly more damage than Heroic were hoping for, especially 1v5.
Yeah, not exactly the worst sort of position to be in, but still. Oh, again, we find ourselves in a very difficult situation, friends. This is a must-take round. If they don't, it feels like they are going to be in a bit of a problematic position. That's where they can start to falter and fall flat. Hades, one high here, silo. With that first contact, nothing offering up for them. Heroic just sort of essentially keeping that bonus buy of late. Not a huge amount to work with here, though. Towards outside, they got a couple of smokes to work with. They are going to start to phase sooner rather than later, so they do need to be a little careful.
Early nadage, not really finding too much success just yet. They're going to slowly creep down. Nobody's spamming through that smoke directly, right? And often what it can do for that player that is up close, or maybe one that's down below, it gives a lot of info, you know, but they're still weary of it. Tess's elbow poking round, still gets the Molotov out and escapes with his life, but certainly a bit more of him showing there than I think he might have thought.
Yeah, you're right. Hades creeping his way forward. Again, not a huge amount to offer up here. 5v5 and we're creeping inside of that 30-second mark. On the swing. Down goes Nikodos. Not alright, take the second. They don't. Sjuush gets one, but only. Up on high. Tess can't deliver. 2 versus 3. Numbers favor ENCE on the plant. Both spawn to be set up as well. This is a tough retake for Heroic.
Yeah, not looking good at all. Kicks and moves on to the AK. They're still going to give it a look in. Good amount of cash available for these players, and maybe some info round that a couple of them are tagged, with nothing presenting at the ramp doors. However, they're not really fancying it. NertZ still trying to stick around. He's hoping that maybe Kixan's running away will bait someone in to just have a little look. And indeed, they are going to exit this way, in fairness, thinking that it is safe. Slowly starts to back away, and they should go down to the bomb from here. It's going to be close. Just about make it out, yeah. 1 or 2 more seconds. If NertZ finds like 1 more kill or something like that, then I think everybody might have fallen, but it's unfortunate that they do not.
Yeah, well, that'll be that. That's that first as well. So needed coming through. Considering how rough things were looking at one point for ENCE, that is really going to help them out. On the C side, start getting the ball rolling. Well, maybe there is a conversation to be had about them starting to snowball a little bit, but it doesn't really help considering they only have a Mac 10 and a Kylar here. He's going to go quick in the flamesy lineup. Kixan only going to get one, and sjuush dropping down onto a site under a lot of pressure, jumping around that corner. This is carnage. In a matter of moments, in a 1v2, and Nikodos thrust into a clutch, but then coming in his direction. Finds the first, looking for the second as well. What is happening? Stays posted. Molotov will force him off. What is going on?
Insane. Absolute insanity. On this A-bomb site, ENCE looking for a switch up with the speed there. Glaive a little nervy as he fakes it out twice, but it works for him. Nikodos goes speeding up and will get finished. Oh my goodness. Absolute pandemonium is the only way of putting it down. A fiesta of clowns, as they say over on that A-bomb site.
Yeah, my God, what was happening there? That was one of the weirdest ones, one of the wackiest ones. It goes without saying. Around all the same, try and go quick. Going quick wasn't really the problem. It was just the lack of information they gave of what the setups are looking like. They're constantly just walking into danger. Kixan, new single door. Kylar might not expect this down. He falls. Didn't expect Kixan. That is such an audacious play, and it pays off.
Yeah, well, I mean, fire with fire, right? It's exactly the type of energy that ENCE had in the previous round. Oh, we're walking in through Mini here. sjuush going to be spotted, and thank goodness that he was. But he did go for a peek there, because he might have gotten backstabbed if not careful. He goes pushing into hut, into lobby. They kind of know about him, but it's all about sealing the deal. There's another player that's pushed down ramp to try and cover Hades. Oh, on the AWP, and then they get on top of each other. That's so awkward to watch. Kixan, he opened the round and he will end it, but not in the way that he desired. 3-3 as ENCE even up the scoreline.
Back and forth game here. Neither side really taking anything by the horns there. doesn't really feel like there's any sort of decisive factor in this bar the econ. You know, the only thing is that Heroic don't really have the buy to work with here. If it wasn't for that, these rounds are so difficult to predict. These friends, this is a very important crossroads they find themselves in. Full buy-in for them, of course. Low buy for their opponents. So taking a lead on the T side really is going to help. Hades and D are trying to work their way forward. Get a decent amount of coverage towards outside. They just be careful. Hades could get tunnel vision there. That pistol decided to peek, but NertZ stays tucked, and now the orb sort of aware of this possibility. D are rapping in towards A, finds one. He should start to slide into place.
Whoa, a little awkward for Hades, though. Really gets taken down by the Deeg. NertZ on a reposition. However, they're just going there as well. Bullets don't quite make it, but he could get away with something. However, not ready for Hades. That should be all she wrote for this one. There goes the next scary weapon. Mr. sjuush on the Zeus, trying to make it work, but he's spotted. He's finished 4-3. ENCE taking the lead.
Ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Needed, right? Just make sure those sort of rounds are taken, you know, somewhat cleanly. A constellation frag here or there isn't the worst thing in the world. And he's going to call Saw into action here. Calling for attack pause for Heroic. I don't hate this either. I feel like it is a bit of a necessity in the sense that you need to be careful. If you allow ENCE to snowball in this T side, before you know it, you could be in a lot of trouble. We could be already having those discussions about a map number 3. And for Heroic, they sort of want anything but. Map number 3 really feels like a coin flip. Do they want to take the odds of a 50-50? I don't really know. So, trying to spiral momentum from Ancient then in towards your own pick is absolutely the way to go about it. Still, tackle's done. Back into the buy. We look to Heroic, see what they've got in terms of that response. They need to try and, as we were saying earlier, kind of fight fire with fire. Get up in the face of ENCE. Try and make the side feel uncomfortable. That's where they're going to find success. Hades towards our side. We'll have at least the room to work with in terms of the at-range battles. The only man with the scope in the server.
Oh, risky peek. Gotta be careful with moves like this, especially when they are rounds down on the CT side, or just one at the moment, but still. Every round going to matter from here on in because ENCE's T side starting to look very formidable for a map that they favor. Dihar creeping, trying not to get spammed. And he is half a second later than the spam there. Makes it all the way down without being hurt or taking any damage.
Close it. Seeing what looked like to pop out towards A, but at least that smoke's going to slow them down. Decision's got to be made though, friends. Time's starting to tick. Creeping towards that 30-second mark. We've got a huge amount of time to work with. Popping towards B. Could be risky as well. Just 2 in through Ram. Might have to double back towards A, but 20 seconds in they come. This is not going to be easy. On the corner, NertZ can line up a couple, only gets one. They've dropped down. The Hades now probably caught, finds one. Deagle pulled out, not quick enough to cock that gun, and they drop in towards bench. On the swing, look who's here, it's played for one. Now 1v2, sjuush is a top clutch.
Ooh, that peak is a little greedy from Goofy. Dihar now has to win this, and he does just about. Thanks to the crosshair not being perfect, but goodness, that comes a little closer. You know, once Glaive found that kill in the vent, that should have been round secured. 5-3, ENCE able to just change the pace instantly, man. They really do look good on this map. Heroic playing very reactively, and unfortunately, it's just not quite working for them.
Been uncomfortable for quite a while there as well, right? We were talking about sort of what was already starting to look a little shaky. 20 seconds left onto the site is never easy. Kicks into the flames. He just gets out of it. NertZ going to find one with a 5-7-2. nades though come through, and a Molotov at the feet of NertZ not going to help. Big flash on high, up close. The Deagle could get lucky through the smoke, and will. sjuush finds one. Numbers actually favor the low buy.
Yeah, a little strange. But maybe Heroic can pull this off. sjuush has got that AK, so some big things from him. But as the bomb goes down, they realize they are far away, lacking information. Lacking a kit, I think. So they have to make a decision in the next few seconds as to whether they want to go for this. And not sure that they do. It looks like the pistols are going to hold to try and find some exits. But that AK, you can see, he's out of there. He even gives them a HE and says, good luck. But I'm not getting involved. Still, with the way they're positioned, they might just be able to deny saves away. It's that 5-7 on the backside kicks in. They do know about him. Looking to get very cheeky indeed. I don't think he's going to get away with this, but they all go down to the bomb. Brilliant. Unsure, I think, at that kind of range. Not really knowing whether they would survive or not. You know, it's a bit funky. You can sometimes survive in the corner of control, but apparently all the way down those corridors, you'd go down instantly. So, yeah, kind of wacky.
Yeah, well, not bad. Not at all. ENCE, the seaside, pretty stellar by most metrics, right? 6 rounds already. At least guaranteeing a tie at the bare minimum. Most cities out of map is not a bad place to find yourself in. We already said about how good Glavers are calling on this map. So far, so good. Giving his rifles a lot of space to work with. And they, you know, giving him a lot in response. His kills have been good. Yeah, going to set up close. The man who's made a big difference so far. You think that changes? There's one lurking in towards Secret. Feels like they know about this, though. Molotov going to come on towards Testis in just a second. That'll force him away. Now he's in own quantity. It's a question, did he even want to go down towards Secret? I didn't know Testis is playing down there. Is it even worth it?
Really tense round here. 50 seconds. Not a lot of fighting gone on just yet. NertZ. Really odd angle for him, but well held. Just brutally out in the open. Punished for it this time around. 4v4 is not a bad look. Nikadoz going to chime in. Kicks in as well. Oh, that's incredibly lucky. Finds his kill. Hides away. sjuush for 2 on high. And the most dominant Heroic round we've had in a long, long time. And still looking good with 6, but Heroic trying to close that gap.
It's a much better setup there by Heroic from the get-go. You're playing 2 towards outside, 1 through Secret. That's much better. They've adapted to what ENCE do as a default to start off the rounds. We see them be putting a lot of pressure towards outside and trying to manipulate that in their favor. It's a much better way of going about it. Now, of course, we will see a timeout called by ENCE just to make sure they, from what was a really solid start to this first half, make sure they guarantee the lead, right? That will give them all of that confidence to work with. It's the second half on the CT side, the much more favored side of Nuke as well. By no means, though, can you count out what Heroic can do. This T-side at times has been pretty damn special. I think ENCE know about that. They just want to make sure there are not too many worries. Final 2 rounds of the half, though. ENCE as well. Conversations about the buy, especially for Kylar. It's only got a deal. Unfortunately, it's not what you want to see. Really sport around it, especially that of Hades with the AWP. So far, he's been pretty damn good. Molotov. They force a fight here as well. Oh, Hades going to win it out. Nikadoz in map 1 was normally a little bit quicker on those. Hades now on map 2, answering back.
Kylar looking good with his frag as well, and just fly down a little aggressively, but still puts a lot of pressure onto Heroic. Decent read here from sjuush, actually, to find that kill, go up the vent, and essentially think that they are moving back up themselves. Bolster the A-bomb site, try and retake onto B. But they're just chilling. They're just holding. And indeed, making the CTs panic. But as the CTs keep pushing, they will begin to think, well, maybe it is going to be downstairs. starving of information is sometimes the way to go for a T side.
Just playing with this clock as well. This has been pretty standard for ENCE on these T sides. Yeah. Flashing. Nobody around the corner, so nothing to worry about. They've got outside control. They've got good information that nobody's around here. And now the decision then changes. For the likes of Glaive, it's right. Let's get clearance towards our side. Now it's about where do we go? Where do we finish? We could still go down towards ramp if we want, but it's risky. Feels like A might be the right call. It's Glaive moving his way around at range. Orb of one. Looks for a second as NertZ will pop his head up to double it down. Down goes Hades, leaves Glaive all alone. And while the call felt like it was pretty good, not going to be able to pass that man there. NertZ really decent close. 3 kills to his name. And Heroic make this a 1-round game.
Well. Here we go. Heroic picking up steam towards the tail end of the first half. Surely going to be able to get this one over the line as well. 1900 across the board for ENCE is hardly anything. I think we're all familiar with this kind of position from all ranges of the game. Not a nice spot to be in. So ENCE going to have to do the best with the worst, pretty much. Now I'm interested to see how this second half goes. I think Heroic may well be able to impress us here on Nuke.
Ready though. It's not going to be an easy one. Molotov aptly timed there. sjuush, be careful. There's the first. They're just going to mow down. Like they can't do anything against the rifles. Pure firepower alone is enough to see this round in favor of Heroic and close out this half at an even standpoint. Which, considering where we were, you know, a few rounds ago, Heroic will take that every day of the week. They were looking shaky for a while.
Deleted. Doesn't even get a chance to fire a shot. Hades going to try and follow in the footsteps of his teammate, primarily because the bomb's here. You know, if he wants any hope of the round, he's going to have to find that, obviously. He has been heard here, so I think that should be all she wrote in just a few moments. Smoke comes in. Spam. Oh, my goodness. He is doing well to dodge it, but dodge it he shall. And then what's the play here? Wait for the smoke to go down. Hope someone's walked through it, potentially. You can see, though, Heroic not giving an inch, man. Last round of the first half, 1v5 against a pistol, and nobody is losing their discipline. Hades left on 14 HP. Finished by NertZ in the end, and a 6-6 finish. Hell of a turnaround there from Heroic. Let's see if they can use this springboard of momentum into the second half.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. 6-all at the turn of the half. This map considerably more close than how we felt Ancient was for a large majority of it. However, just around here could change things. This is ENCE's pick. Of course, on the other side, Heroic took map number 1. The 2-0 is still definitely on the cards here.
Yeah, and if they can kick off with the pistol, that is always a nice help. As said as well, 3 rounds in a row for them. Picking up some speed at the tail end. So this swap across maybe comes at the worst possible time for them. I'm sure they would have loved a couple more CT rounds, but that is the way it pans out. Right, what do we got for the pistol here? Just Hades. Okie dokie. Hell of a shot to kick things off. It's all a fake out though. Just could get a bit messy, but Goofy, he looks even better. Finding 2 headies of his own, leaving it all down to Kixin and TeSeS. They are worse for wear right now. TeSeS trying to pull away with the P250 and the bomb, so he does have to be careful. Kixin trying to draw some attention downstairs, and hopefully TeSeS can catch them, but before I even get the words out, he has hit the deck. Just Kixin remaining. IGL. Doesn't really matter what role he plays at this point, because he's got no armor, and he's only got 38 points of health, and now he's got 0.
Not going to help, is it? Not going to help. ENCE going to find that first. And, you know, for them, this is a really solid position to find themselves in now, right? Coming out the gate, into your CT side, getting that first run on the board, and also denying Heroic getting a bomb plant. Which means 1 or 2 scenarios. Either you come in towards this second round of the half here against a no-buy, which is going to be the case here, or a force buy, both of which are actually advantageous to you because you always have better firepower anyway. For ENCE, confidence feeling pretty good for them. Nade. Bouncing on that corner, would catch TeSeS. A little bit of Inter was going to be dropped there, but opting against it. The MP9s might actually want to invite in a bit of pressure here. The kill bonus against these sort of fleshy Glocks, no armor. I'll take that every day of the week.
Ooh, Glaive has made a step. So they're aware of him. Obviously not too scared to flash into Hut there to have a little look. So Glaive pretty ready for this fight to come down, trying to get some pre-fire in and whatnot. Now calling on the reinforcements. And there you are, double for D-Heart on that MP7. So apparently NertZ is not the only one that likes it. Maybe they know something that we don't. It feels kind of nice. I don't know. The slightly lower rate of fire means that it's a bit easier to control at range, you know?
I'll give you it. All I'm saying is, you know, the numbers don't lie here. The MP9 is cheaper and it's like basically the same. That's right. And I think the rate of fire could be, you know, the benefits at times. But the thing is, with me, is I see NertZ use it and he makes it look as good as a rifle. And then I use it and I most definitely don't. So
yeah, it's an art, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to tame the beast a little bit.
Speaking of, this replay. Through the flames here, taking fights early. Glaive going to double away, and Molotov in towards Hello. Deny Goofy rotating in support. Top ramp control taken immediately, but it's Kylar still for the first kill. Headshot through a smoke, wall bang. That's unfortunate for NertZ.
Yeah, not much you can do about that one. It just happens from time to time. You shift round the corner trying to be sneaky, and then bang bang, straight in your head, and you are dead. Ooh, D-Har, this is big though. Nobody else out in lobby, he says. So you should be pretty ready for this hit downstairs. You've got Hades, you've got Glaive trying to play off against one another. Smoke onto the left side, try and corral them in on the right, but Heroic not fancying it.
No, not. 4v5. Time ticking as well in Heroic. Similar to what ENCE did in that first half. Just getting the clock a little bit. Need on the corner. And the flash as well. Just to really make them feel a little nervy. And Glaive going to play up close. It's a dice roll here. They're all 50-50. What side do they come out? Making a choice. He's looking left. It might work in favor. Swinging the fight. He's going to get 2. Looks for a third as well. Hades will be the one to confirm it. And Nikodor's left, scratching his head. How do I find this round in my favor? Glaive doesn't care. What a round. The IGL leading by example. The swing just nerves of steel in towards ramp. That'll be ENCE taking a 3-round buffer over Heroic, shattering the funds as well towards the T side and getting ever closer to pushing us towards our decider out of Overboss.
So I think you've got a couple things for me there on the Heroic side. You have to, once you start going, not stop, and they just got stuck in fights, and that allowed Glaive to come around. And then the second thing, and it is very small, very tidbitty, very nitpicky maybe, I think leading with the MAC-10 is maybe not the move going into the B-bomb site like that. So many long-range angles. You either have to lead with the MAC-10 and have him just run in Sacrificial Lamb and, you know, draw crosshairs, or use that rifle. And if you're going to take it a little slower, they should have maybe had a rifle at the beginning, and you never know, Hades may well have been one-banged by it, and then the round opens up, the bomb site opens up a little bit more. So, yeah, just a couple little things there from Heroic to point out. At the same time, ENCE did a very good job of gathering information, containing them in, and being ready for the hit.
Well, everything looking in a pretty decent spot here. Goes without saying for ENCE. It is a bit of a force, though, for Heroic. This is a big call. 1 AK, 1 Galil. Goofy here on timing. Could be. He's the one doing the action. Down goes Tetris. Down goes NertZ as well. Looks for more, but kicks on a lot. Back of a double. Okay, now round is absolutely on. And Kylar forced to drop on towards the site.
Yeah, not sure that he's been heard, unfortunately. Glaive, meanwhile, finding a good timing in from behind. Not looking too good. Nika does slow towards the action here. sjuush has got to be careful. Needs to pick up Kylar. Glaive has actually abandoned the area ever so slightly, but Kylar stands strong. Big kill. 10 rounds on the horizon here. Nika does the only thing that stands between it. Making a couple of steps. I don't think he's quite been heard, though. He's got this bomb. Gonna try and, yeah, speed in, but Hades, again, loving that back silo angle. 10-6 as ENCE are within touching distance of map number 3.
Yeah, and deservedly as well, right? I mean, this has been a side who have come in towards Nuke completely reformed. I mean, you know, we can give them the credit. That tail end of Ancient was really solid from ENCE. They started to come alive. They actually really put Heroic under a lot of pressure. But I think the damage had already been done by this point. It was kind of a little bit too little too late. Now it's in reverse, where Heroic barely scratching the surface. And they haven't got a lot of full buys left in this game before we do open the door for the conversation of map 3. Heroic want a chance of taking this 2-0. They've got to start finding a couple of rounds, but succession. Consecutive rounds has been their issue. Finding hiccups here, there, and everywhere, but it's not been that consistency that we hope for. And of course, the T side is yet to get going. It's going to be the one to do it, though. NertZ playing in around the smoke of single. As it fades, he falls back towards lobby, and they slowly snuck their way down secret as a group. It's a good way of playing it because a lot of the attention is still drawn towards top side.
Tessus leading the charge here, or rather leading the march, I think is maybe a better word for it. Hades hidden away, looking for the timing. Ooh, spots them, but not going to be able to do too much to stop them just yet. Doesn't know where to look. What a spin for the frag onto Nika does. Is it going to be enough to hold them at bay, though? Not for the time being. Utility still remaining as well, mollying off one side. So there's nothing that can be done to stop the bomb plant. NertZ, of course, always lurking. Can't find the comfortable timing. And thus a man advantage for ENCE comes up. They're not really all that close to the action. Smoke goes down. Flash to keep them at bay. All coming in from ramp. You know, it really is not ideal here. sjuush hidden at the back end of the site. Kicks him meanwhile, looking for a bit of information. He heard some footsteps coming in. sjuush going to take some first peek. A lot of damage, and he will go down. Tessus trades out one, but he's left very low. Kicks him, meanwhile, has gone unchecked. That might just work out perfectly. He shoots to the first target. There's a defuse coming in. They've got to get him off it. Oh, and they find him, but they can't get the kill in time. And ENCE pick up 11. The ninja defuse from Goofy is anything but. Oh my goodness, he just keeps it together, does not come off it, and survives for that ninja defuse. Mental.
I can't believe how quickly that slipped away. It looked like it was done and dusted for Heroic. One man unchecked, and he's based them all the damage. And yeah, the ninja defuse is great as well, but the attention drawn from the cubby, really solid work from ENCE, and Heroic still reeling. This T side is not starting. The engine won't turn on. It doesn't, in a matter of moments, they could be in trouble. Yes, NertZ finds the first, but Dia answers back quickly.
Kixon creeping round. He's heard all these footsteps as they run away. And he might just be able to get a decent drop in here. Diha moves towards heaven, but not necessarily checking the outside angles. I think if they just wait a little bit on that Heroic side, might be able to get Kixon into a very, very good spot. And that does look to be the case.
Well, a minute to work with. Decision's going to be made for Heroic here. Side, like you said. Oh. He's started, kicks and nearly gets two. But Glaive turns around at the perfect time. Angel's looking down on him favorably in that one. Needing more. Molotov actually pretty well placed, may I say. You know, Nikonos now can't go back towards heart. It actually might make this a bit perilous for Hades trying to come up. He could get caught. He somehow gets out.
That's a dodgy flash, though. I think Glaive wanted to make a move off the back of it. It doesn't really happen. Quickscope misses. He's able to survive a little while longer. Glaive taken out by sjuush as well. Heroic bounce back well, despite the difficulty of the previous round. They're looking a little angrier and channeling that anger into something efficient here. And still in with a very good chance, a very good position, a very good economy. But Heroic are not going to bow out quietly.
No, exactly. Better late than never, right? Is what we'll say. In terms of getting this T-side started. If there's at least a conversation to be had about Heroic, then we can start to sit here positively. Nade gonna come onto the toes of Hades. He'll be caught in the flames. NertZ finds the first again. Of course, they need that man to step up consistently if they want any sort of a chance. NertZ starting to really come alive.
Yeah, finding his feet a little bit on the map, right? It's the difficulty of a lurker. You need to know an awful lot about your opponents, about the map timings, about the conventional and unconventional way of moving. And he has struggled a bit on this T side to figure that out, but maybe playing a bit more to his own tune rather than trying to read ENCE. Might be part of the puzzle. Glaive takes him out, though. Enough talking about NertZ, he says. Let's get the focus back on me and ENCE. Big find, dropping back. Tessus, though, again. Oh, God! Oh, no! Made it in towards heaven, but too many targets for him. Can't finish either of them. They will, at the very least, trade him out and get control of the A bomb site, but that is a messy, messy way in.
That's the epitome of a deer in headlights, right? You just do not know where to look. You do not know what target to pick. Oh, that's so costly. But really giving them so much room to work and not to be. Bomb still goes down nonetheless. Kickchan gonna stick up close. Flash will keep Kylar at bay, at least for now as well. And actually, it looks like ENCE might just be calling this. The U2 has kept them out of the sight. They really don't have any of their own as well to get back in. So yeah, you're gonna call for that save. Heroic up to an 8th. That's now back-to-back rounds on the T side. We said this just a few rounds ago, right? We're saying if we want to open the door to any conversation about Heroic taking this to 2-0, they need to find consistency. Consecutive rounds on the T side. And that's exactly what they are starting to do. While to get going. What do we care about that it is going? Saw at times that first series for Heroic. No shows in certain halves. This is not to be a 3-round game, and it's on. I can see a pause called here as well. Cuban going to enter the fray. Understandably so. Money's a little thin over towards ENCE. They probably squeeze out a buy just because of the 3 saved, but what they work with here isn't exactly going to be great. Maybe an MP9 to come on towards somebody is my assumption. D is going to wheel a 5-7. Assuming maybe a bit more of a util play for him as well. Goofier question. There is money to work with around it, but do they actually even want to buy here, right? Or do you then kind of have at least enough funds left in the back pockets just in case this one goes wrong? you can buy the next. These are the conversations that Cuban, Glaive are having before coming in towards this one. It looks like they might not even, overinvest here. So, Goofy, gonna keep hold of his USPS. Just one smoke for him. Dia just it down to like 1.2k, which means he won't get a full rifle and armor arc next round, but at the very least, something to work with here.
Minute 30 here. Tension definitely palpable. Heroic starting to prove to themselves and ENCE they can get something together. It is often the final hurdle that is the hardest on these maps. Where do we end up for ENCE? Clean from him and a different position to take as well. Been all around the hut area, trying to play all sneaky like. But this one a bit more aggressive. Good to see him coming alive.
Well, numbers for Heroic. A must-win round as well, considering the situation. Dia turned away as the smoke was fading. That was a free one towards Kicks, and thankfully doubles back in time to get it. My God, that was looking weirdly uncomfortable for a while. Dia might get another chance at it. Might get a couple because they're lining up. What is going on? A traffic jam in Vents. And then I'll drop the bomb. And Dia not taking any prisoners. That was very, very messy from Heroic.
Unbelievable. It just feels like they went into that round without an idea, you know, and then mid-rounded like, oh, we might as well try and go down the vent, I guess. They'll never expect that, but yeah, a weak mid-round call, to say the least. They needed a clear sort of game. You can't tell me that walking out Squeaky and contacting into vent was their initial idea for that round. They maybe wanted to get downstairs because NertZ had got a kill and pressured that area. But yeah, they started off 5v4 in their favor pretty decisively, pretty early on. Pressure down below. I don't know. That's very, very messy from Heroic.
It is. It is. Not good. Not good at all. Our third map looming. And honestly, you know, so deserved. The way ENCE started this CT side and now the way they're finishing it as well. They've absolutely deserved to push this towards Overpass. Heroic have not exactly shown what we would know or expect of them. And yeah, it's looking a little problematic. So, potentially the final round here. Map point towards ENCE. Not good either. Slower on the offset here. He's caught by the flash. Doesn't really flinch all too much, though. He sticks around. He knows how strong this position is.
Ooh. A shot from Tessus to kick us off. Hades trying to chime in will go down. And again, this is why it frustrates us, right? Heroic in a really, really good spot on the team side at the moment, looking much more comfortable. So throwing that previous round down the drain might end up costing them the game where they would have had room for mistakes. 3 versus 2. Where is NertZ? Our favorite quiz show of the day. They are ready for him, but yeah, he's just not moving right now.
He always finds himself just somewhere he shouldn't be, right? They're pretty aware of this. It's going to be a save call, of course, friends. Don't really blame them. And the good thing is with these two staying alive, they should be fine buy-wise. Dia can invest for himself. Same for Hades. If Goofy and Glaive stay alive, Glaive can drop one over towards Kylar, and we're fine, right? The only issue is if one of these guys falls, then that will put them into a little bit of a question mark in terms of the econ. Things, at the moment, looking pretty positive towards Heroic. At least keeping a door open by a tad of that 2's area would require overtime. Down 2 go as well to the bomb. Actually not helpful that Glaive goes down to the bomb there either. I will mean they have to dip a little bit towards the pockets. Thankfully they are going to squeeze together a buy. Glaive has enough, but yeah, it will mean an MP9 to come out for Kylar. Not exactly a dream. These Hades gets his orb. That's going to be potentially one of the big difference makers. Hades, so far, actually had a pretty good game. Quite self-sufficient on the big green. Gonna need him. Try and close this. No orb being the type of heroic. Don't want to let this T-side spiral.
Not able to find anything through the smoke here. So once again, heroic playing pretty quiet, sending Tessus into secret. Really good spot for him. It's just holding the extremities. So curious to see what heroic do with this positional control that they have, and it's not really showing any presence at all outside. A quick burst to get that wide control in towards hell as well, by the looks of things here. So kind of freaky. NertZ with the lurk out at ramp is completely unexpected. Perfect timing from him on that, and a big opening frag.
He did. Oh my god, Kixan. Man Diaz had to sell the fake of the jump. I don't really think Kixan falls for it, but can't hit the shots. Either way, spotted. Sjuush. I don't know whether he would have heard the scope here, but at least they know he's around. Diaz swinging in. Sjuush could be in a bit of trouble as well. He goes for a swing of his own, using the railing for an elevated peak. This is such a weird and messy round, but it could work in the favor of either. Dia not falling off just yet. Stays alive in towards that. A Mustang, but Goofy for 2. Can't make it a third, and it's closed out. Heroic, finest of margins. Find that 10th. And man alive, this game has still got some legs behind it.
The NertZ kill making all the difference. Did you note as well, Dihar with another attempt at the fake drop actually worked the second time. They were really unsure. The comms were totally off on him, and he managed to get a kill and stay alive from the Raptors area. Yeah, they were very, very unsure. Eco coming out, so it will all come down to the very final round of regulation, in theory. Delivering as was written. What Nika does, though, is going to go down through the smoke. Okay, hold on. Glaive finding another. Oi, this is very messy indeed. He knows his angles, of course. This is his map. That is his area. To be fair, Kylar getting NertZ. What is going on, man? 4 versus 2 for just a second there.
Still a chance, man. I'm going to count out these pistols just yet. Double sets up here. Oh, a dink! No. Not like this. Not like this! Oh, what, they're going to close it! ENCE close it on the fully on the pistols! Oh, heroic. That is such a stupid way to lose a map. They overface and overfight. You can't help but laugh. It's just it's the dumbest way to lose a map. They overface and overfight against pistols, and they do not trade each other. Man.